Yo, what's up, guys? Today, a different kind of video, a funny video. I hope, I pray, I don't know. This was an idea by Marts about 4 years ago. He made this video a very long time where he did get a lot of stacks on Crawler, and Crawler does get extra damage in for the moment that he got hit. So the more stacks you have on him, the more damage that he will do in general. So that's pretty much the highest damage output you can get in the game. However, this is 4 years ago. The Crawler is not 2.8. The runes on this Crawler is not super crazy. And he was actually trying to do this on a manual gameplay. And with the manual gameplay, it does take a lot more time and it takes a lot more effort. I found a way how to do this in a manual team. But let's first look at how much damage he was able to do with the stacks that he was trying to get. And it actually took the man about like 12 hours is what he said. Like, I'm going to be planning to run a auto team for longer than 12 hours because I actually did all of my siege, I did my dailies, I did all of the kind of good stuff that I have to do. So I can just simply focus on doing this thing and just leave my PC on for a very long time and then see how much it happens. But first, let's check how much damage he did. So this is where you get the stacks. He has a defense break, he has a defense buff, and he's hitting 45 mil per hit, which is an insane amount of damage. That is definitely a really insane amount of damage. Was that any useful? No. But let's see if I can break those numbers. So first of all, what do we need for this defense? Well, this defense we're going to be doing it slightly different than the team he was doing. And main reason for that is I want 2 light units, so therefore they will always hit the Crawler in the first place. Plus I wanted to have them some kind of multi-hit, but also nothing too crazy of a multi-hit. So I actually went for these 2 over there. Then of course also have to add in a Rena and a Lauren because of you need the pushbacks. And you need something to tank your own units. Well, this Rena probably seemed fit for that. And this is going to be the Lauren with low attack, decent amount of speed, and just nothing too much going on, where you still can get a lot of the pushbacks going in. So this is going to be the team that I'm going to be fighting. Then, of course, what is going to be my team? First of all, we do need the Crawler. The Crawler is looking at an 88 crit rate. He actually did do this with a 74 crit rate. So he could have miscritted on both, which is actually a funny fact as well. Plus, we have a decent amount of defense, decent amount of crit damage. We have damage on light. We have some attack increasing effect. Well, defense increasing effect, that's the main part. And we have those over here as well. This one, of course, doesn't work. This works for the first hit, and this doesn't work at all. But then again, it's mainly about the defense increasing effect, which is a nice quad roll over there. So how do we get this towards autoing? Well, we're going to be doing it with this team. And I don't want to put in the resistance lead because that would make this a little bit bad. How much resistance you have? 19, so it's totally fine on how much you have. But I can auto because you will permanently heal on the left side, which is good. So on your side in that case, you are just there for, well, a bunch of determination sets. We gotta add a little bit more damage if we're trying out the max damage anyways. I went for a version that is not max skilled for the main reason that I don't want to be wasting a lot of time doing your S2. And if you're max skilled, you're gonna be doing a lot more S2. And then this thing also low attack, just to make sure that we're critting on the Rena, because if we don't crit on the Rena, she's not gonna get the shield. And also you have a max crit to make sure that that happens as well. So we don't care about any of this. We don't care about any of that either. And now we're going to be sitting in auto for a very, very long time. Because if I do this and I place it on auto, and I do have to make sure that I'm hitting the right target here on the left. Don't go for one of the left targets. Oops, whoops. Replay. I have to press auto and I have to press the Rena. But the moment, yeah, this works. If I'm in the animation, I can't press on the Rena, of course. And if I were to press on the Rena first with the skill, then yeah, it would work later. So now we have that. All of these are not in potential of breaking that shield. And this is just where we start stacking up. So currently sitting at a 10 stack. I did already notice that, sure, she will heal and also push up the attack bar. But I've seen the potential where it's very unlikely, especially with slows in there and attack bar pushes and that kind of stuff. It's very unlikely that the Crawler would take any turns. And I think that this is the best healer for me to do it. There's maybe other options out there, but I kind of gave this a test yesterday to get like 400 stacks. And it took me about like 5 minutes on auto. So just to showcase, the current time of the game is 6:02 at 16:22. We're going to be sitting here for a very long time. I'm actually gonna go for like some family dinners and blah, 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 that kind of stuff, and then just let it on overnight. So we're definitely going to be, letting the computer waste a little bit of time trying to kill the Reno over here, which they never can kill. And then we got to go into the rotation where we kill the Lauren with the other 3 units, because right now I have to kill the Lauren first with the other units. And then I have to get a good rotation in where the Crawler hits on an armor break. The Miriam doesn't have to do her own skill. But yeah, that's pretty much just the whole rotation. Also, at some point, it looks like that the Crawler might take a turn, but he's very far off from taking turns because this is a 210 speed and this is legit a +8 speed or something like that. So, and this is like a +210 speed. So even with the 20% A to B, it might feel like getting there at some point, but it's not getting there. So it's definitely a lot better than autoing for 12 hours. And March, thanks for the idea. So also March's YouTube channel is linked down below, but I think a lot of people are going to be skipping this whole part and just going straight into how much damage this is going to do. Was this any useful? Nope. Is this going to work? I don't know, but let's come back to this in 12 hours, maybe longer. Who knows? How much damage are we aiming for? Would be cool to do 1 billion damage, but I don't think that would be possible. I kind of did the math on that, and I want to see if that math checks out later, but 1 billion damage is possible, but it might take a little bit longer than I do want to give it time for, because then I might start missing dailies and stuff. However, let's just move on with the time of, or the power of editing, where you actually do get into that thing. And just for funsies, a little bit of a time lapse of this. Nah, let's just skip it to the real part. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So unfortunately, my team died. Or well, not the bottom team died, the top team died. I think it was an option where the Elusia maybe pushed too much attack bar towards the, what's it called? The Crawler. Therefore, the Crawler took a turn, and then the Crawler insta-killing this thing, because no matter what stacks it has, that will definitely one-shot that for a long shot, 100%. So yeah, that was definitely an issue right there. Too bad couldn't see that. Also didn't put a full record on it all the time. I might actually just do that after this as well, just to see where it goes wrong, how it goes wrong, and that kind of stuff. But in this case, I did up the speed of the Lauren, so she should be taking a little bit more turns and therefore having more chance of pushbacks. Because there is the option there that if the Crawler is already on pretty high A to B and then she doesn't properly push us back, it might be not that beneficial or something like that. I think it was something along those lines. I also took an Elusia right now, which has lower or doesn't have any skill ups. And if the Elusia doesn't have any skill ups, she will actually go for a heal, but she doesn't push back or doesn't push up that much A to B. So for that reason, let's just see how much this works, if it works, how it works, when it works, or something like that. But yeah, we're continuing on stacking. Also, the time, we would have had a lot more time for stacking if not, because otherwise it would have been like 6 hours already or something like that. But too bad. Let's just see if this works or not. Okay, so after a bunch of fail attempts, it did not really work out. I have been letting this run for like 5 hours. Nothing went wrong for a very long time. And then suddenly I get back to the PC and it's like, wait, the whole enemy team is dead. And I have no clue how that actually did happen. Only way that I could say is that there's at some point such an RNG moment where there's no pushbacks of the Lauren. There's a lot of healing going in on the Crawler, or at least the final bit of healing coming in into the Crawler. And therefore, things are just suddenly, the Crawler takes a turn, one-shots everything, it's over. It does show that if this can go right, well, right as in the Crawler never takes a turn for like 6-7 hours plus, and then suddenly he takes a turn, that this game is extremely RNG heavy. Because that makes absolutely no sense to my logic as like a computer programmer. But then again, sure. I put in an extra Lauren, more pushbacks. I gave an extra speed for the Elusia because I also had one moment where I did see any of the side units die, which was also kind of weird. But I think I had one iteration where the Galleon died. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit slower because the Elusia is more of a healer right now than she was before. I think they should be good to go. We're still looking, I kind of checked like how many stacks do you get an hour. We're looking about like 3k stacks an hour with the previous setup that I was doing. So maybe a little bit less right now. Let's pray and hope that it works this time around. So we actually do have a video, because if this doesn't work out, we're not going to be having any video. So if you see this, it did work out. And otherwise, well, you don't see this. So I'm talking to no one that's going to see this. Very useless. Well, I'm going to bed. It's pretty dark out there. And let's see if it works this time. Please, RNGesus, I guess. So we're currently running for a while. There was one thing that I forgot to show, which we're currently hitting in on the 1337 mark, but we're looking at a 0604 on a 0029. Let's see in about 10 hours-ish. Who knows?
2,000 years later.
Well, it seems to be that this time around, it does actually work. And we've been sitting here, or at least my PC has been sitting here for a decent amount of time. Time that we have right now is 10:32, so it's been a little bit of time. We're looking at a lot of stacks right now. We're closing in on the 300, or not the 300k, 30k, 300k. That would be very nice. We're closing in on the 30k. I'm going to be waiting for the 30k, and then I'm going to be trying to get the perfect rotation in. It's not going to be that easy because the Lawrence do still strip. I do need a defense buff, a defense break, and I do need to be not stunned, and I do have to give it a turn. It is possible I would have to kill one Lawrence for sure, maybe even kill both Lawrence to make it good, and then I have to hit on the ARPU at the right side. So that's going to be game plan, if that's really that easy. I did do a few tests before, but it's probably not that easy. So let's hope I don't mess up. If I mess up, video is not going to be posted. We are closing in very much right now on the 30k, so we're looking at a 30k right now. Let's try to get the perfect rotation in, which is, as mentioned, definitely not going to be that easy, but I guess it should be doable. So first of all, we're going to be killing this Lauren over here. Shouldn't be all too hard. I think we actually have to kill both Laurens. I do have a defense buff right now. So if I were to get the defense break in a good rotation, okay. Ooh, I still need to get your to 2 more turns. So have to be a little bit careful with that. Good thing I am still stunned. You're still 2 turns away, so I'm actually not going to be doing your skill as of yet. I hope that you will go, well, you do have healing right now. Oh, I could have actually done it there. Wait, I made a mistake. And that is a strip, okay. So we need one more turn on that. That is fine. If we go for you right now, we can go for you. We go for you after, and then we heal you after, and then we should be kind of good to go. I think so. I hope, I pray. So let's do this. We do have to land this armor break right now.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We missed the armor break. Okay, that's actually a fine heal, I guess. So we have to wait for the rotation to get your skills back. So let's just keep hitting this then for the moment. Okay, we have your skill, but we're not going to be using it as of yet because we first need the death break on you. Okay, so we're pretty far off from the cooldown of the Galleon skill 3, so we're gonna have to be waiting a little bit longer now. Okay, we do have you in row, okay, so I guess that this is fine if we do it like this. Sleep. Armor break on the right, please. How do we miss again? Freaking Galleon. Okay, I guess we have to go for more rotations. That's actually really bad because I might just take a natural turn on you. That is actually really bad. Please make it where... Okay, good stun, thank you. Freaking Galleon, why are you missing that on the right side? You're landing everything else but on the right side. Okay, the HP of the crawler I'm not that scared of. Okay, one more turn for the Galleon once again. Okay, now we're at the right turn for you again. Don't want to be using you as of yet. This might be the final freeze I can put off because I'm doing too much damage to it. Okay, let's go for the armor break, please. Okay, we get the armor break, that's good. Oh, if we boost right now, I think you still cut. I hope, I pray. Yes, yes, yes. We actually have the perfect rotation, guys. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this moment for so freaking long. This is a video in making for 3 days, letting my account AFK all the time, every time. I'm not going to be pausing this. I'm just going to play it at a one-time speed. I'm going to be doing the most amount of damage that has ever been seen in Summoners War thus far. How much damage are we looking?
I'm gonna come. Oh.
We have 100. Why did not go for the crit animation? Why was there no crit animation? But we did 300 million damage. Holy hell. I actually also want to see the damage on this thing. So let's just actually go for the kill over here. Because we can still kill the Rena. Rena, we're definitely going to be doing a bit less damage because we simply don't have as much, or it just has a lot more defense than the other thing had, of course. How much damage on this Rena are we looking at? Ah, nothing, because the stacks are gone. That's how it works. Well, was this worth it? Absolutely not, but I'm done with this, and I can actually post this video. Why did it not go for the crit animation? There was no zoom in, no nothing. Oh, that's so stupid, man. That's so stupid, but 300 million damage. Nice. But yeah, to showcase you the runes of how I did this, this was the Rena, this was one Lauren, the other Lauren, the Harpu, the Crawler with all of the stats, which individual runes are looking like this. Damage on light, attack increasing effect or defense increasing effect, same on the right side. We had this one with a little bit faster speeds as well, so it had more chance for healing. This one, no skill ups, determination runes. This one, few determination runes and that kind of stuff. And that was it. So it finally worked out. Too bad no crit animation on that hit. That was the heaviest damage hit in the game ever. No crit animation. Someone is trolling me. Well, guys, hope you did enjoy this video. Took me a lot of time to make this one, so please like it. And see you as always in the next one or something. And subscribe and things. I don't even know anymore. Just happy it's done. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.